is nothing sacred anymore. The rock toss competition scene, not even they are immune from cheating.
That's it. That's my intro.
Hey, I'm Amanda. You're watching Swell Entertainment, and I love sports cheating. Now, I don't cheat because I'm not a professional athlete. Not much of an athlete at all, frankly. But I find sports cheating, it's so fascinating to me. The concept of cheating at that level, on that type of a public stage, has always been extremely fascinating to me. And so imagine my shock and awe when I see a post from Dexerto talking about how there was a bunch of people that were disqualified from a rock toss competition because they were cheating. Locked in. So I click on the Dexerto article so I could go to the initial article that they ripped from, allegedly, hypothetically, in theory. They didn't add anything new to it, which was an article from the BBC. Now, unfortunately, this whole situation has really shown me how journalism has fallen. No, I'm kidding. But also not. There is so little information about the actual cheating in this situation that I am annoyed. I don't know if they're trying to protect these cheaters. Like, I need follow-up questions. I need more information. I need someone to go down there and demand to see the Ring of Truth. Yes, it is called the Ring of Truth. I want someone to tell me about the Ring of Truth, and I want someone to go down there and figure out exactly how this happened, and I want to hear how they're going to prevent this happening in the future. Let me read you this BBC piece, and then we will try and find more information. So this is from Benjamin Russell for BBC Scotland. Cheating scandal rocks World Stone Skimming Championships. The World Championships. That's the level of scandal we are dealing with here. And yet, the information is not being treated for how important or prestigious it is at this level. Devastating, frankly. Now, the images from this, I believe, are all from the 2023 championships. Okay? There's not even a photo of the one who won this year. This is from 3 days ago at the time you're recording this. It's currently September 18th. The World Stone Skimming Championships have been rocked by a cheating scandal after several competitors, were disqualified for tampering. More than 2,200 people from 27 countries attended this year's event on the tiny island of Easdale off the west coast of Scotland. Rules state that stones must come from naturally occurring island slate. However, some were found to have been ground into a suspiciously circular shape to help them bounce on water. Organizer Dr. Kyle Matthews told BBC News that the offenders had, quote, held their hands up and apologized. Shame. Entrants chose their own stones, and judges used a measuring device, the Ring of Truth, to ensure they are no bigger than 3 inches in diameter. William, please show them the Ring of Truth as it appears in this article. Each competitor is allowed 3 skims, and stones must bounce at least twice on the water before sinking. I assume that's 3 attempts to throw their stones, is my understanding based on skims. I would like some more color to this article, BBC. I would like a little bit more breakdown of the terminology of stone skimming. I would like this to be awarded, the prestige and knowledge that should be afforded, frankly. Like, I need to see more information of a qualified throw, what percentage of unqualified throws maybe will be involved in this type of competition. I would just like some more information on the sport so that we just have a full understanding of the audacity of this cheating attempt, of this tampering. Dr. Matthews, also known as the Toss Master, way too late in the article for me to be knowing his official title, told BBC Radio's Good Morning Scotland that judges heard, quote, rumors and murmurings of some nefarious deeds. I'll say there was a little bit of stone doctoring, he said. They had shaped it so that it was perfectly circular and fitted our 3-inch measurer. As it's a piece of metal, I don't think we can blame it too much. The Ring of Truth? I expect to be truthful. The problem was we didn't notice at the time that they were suspiciously circular. Now, there's a photo of these stones in buckets that all look fairly circular and flat. However, I don't know if these are stones that this is from this year when this is from. Let me see if I can find the source image here. It just says it's from Getty Images. There's a photo of this competition seemingly, but there's no identifiable information. But it does say Jonathan Jennings was the overall winner of this year's event. This could be a photo from this year, but it is hard to determine. Dr. Matthews said lessons had been learned and they would move on to an even greater event next year. Entrant Jonathan Jennings went on to victory last week as the contestant's first American winner. We don't win much these days, so great. Skimming his stones a cumulative distance of 177 meters. 177 meters is 580 feet for my metric system compatriots. The event was first organized in 1983 by island resident Albert Baker, and after a break was revived in 1997 by community group Eileen Easdale. The contest is staged in a former slate quarry that was flooded by a tidal wave in 1881. Easdale is the smallest permanently inhabited island of the Inner Hebrides with a population of about 60 people. You notice the problem here with this article? The actual act of tampering. How they were able to do this. The process of picking the stones. There's a gap here that really kind of leaves a gap into how this cheating happened. And if we don't learn from our mistakes, if we don't know how the mistakes happened, how will we prevent them in the future? I take this cheating very seriously. Also, I'm nosy. In this here, there is a photo of buckets of stones. The rules are they can only be picked from naturally occurring slate. They picked their own stones. Were there buckets of stones that they just kind of had left out, where they had tampered with stones to begin with, where they had come prior to the competition and planted a bunch of doctored stones amongst the other stones where they normally get slate, so that they knew that when the organizers were gathering slate rocks for them to, have their opportunity to grab their stones, that they would already have probably picked the suspiciously circular stones. They planted them so they knew what would be chosen, so it would look less suspicious on them. Or is it like, you can go find your stones. We don't have to see you picking it up, because that seems like a problem. Okay, I think you need like how sometimes you follow people around until, you do the drug testing. You got to follow them around until they find their rocks, so they can't swap out the rocks. Just saying. But even then, it's like, again, where the rocks planted, and then they went and picked up which stones they decided they wanted, and those were the ones that had been planted. How were they shaped? What tools did they use? Did they use rocks? Were they using something in their pockets while they're waiting for their turn? Were they handing the rock off to someone who was then shaping it before it was time for them to throw? At what point is the circle of truth used? At what point is it once everyone has their rocks and then it is used, or is it before their turn? Because that's a lot of leeway. That's a lot of gap between when they could potentially grab the stones versus when they actually do their toss. Do you have to submit your stone? So like you give your 3 stones over to, the possible tosses, you give them over. They then do the stone of truth as the circle of truth, as you saw with the 3 in the hand. Okay. And then it is given back to them. Or are the stones kept with the circle of truth, in that time? Is that what happens? Is it assorted by name? Okay. Because let's say hypothetically it was the first one, and everyone just the people that were, shenanigans were afoot, okay? They planted the rocks, and then someone else ended up with the suspiciously circular rock, because obviously you're going to pick the suspiciously circular rock. Why would you not go with that? How were these carved? How were these tampered with? Several implies multiple. I want to know the exact number. How many people were actually competing at the time that Jonathan Jennings was competing? Because is this he's one of 2 people that competed type of thing? That is an impressive distance. I will give him that. There's lack of variables here. I'm working on fractional information. How can we learn or potentially cheat better in the future if we don't learn how the cheating was done in this time? Was this not naturally occurring slate? Did they bring in their own rocks that were suspiciously circular? Did they do this at home? In which case, again, how are we going to prevent this in the future? Forget a better event, although I do love a better event. How are we going to prevent cheating of this nature in the future? Does this call in previous wins into question? I feel like there's a lack of reporting here. There's a lack of truth, of getting to the truth here. And I won't stand for it. I think I need to go to the next year's World Skimming Championships. Someone needs to be there. Someone needs to be involved in understanding and preventing of cheating. Apparently anyone is allowed to participate. I will not be. I can't skip a rock. I can't do that. For those who don't know, it's a sport if I can't do it, basically. So I can't do most things when it comes to athletic feats. Therefore, it's a sport. This is a sport. Competitive world rock tossing. Yeah, I can't do it. That's a sport. No, but seriously, I feel like there's a gap in information. Like even the Dexerto article, I'll go back to the Dexerto article. World Stone Skimming Championship cheaters outed by suspiciously circular stones. This is written by Connor Bennett. Okay, see, again, this is why we don't let AI write things. Allegedly, hypothetically, in theory. So the Dexerto article that quotes the BBC article mistakenly attributes the fact that there was 2,200 people that attended the event from 27 countries, okay, does not mean that 2,200 people competed. It is saying on the Dexerto article that a number of the 2,200 competitors were found to be using suspiciously circular stones that would better bounce across the water. That's not what it says at all. So Dan Barker on Twitter did post from the event a photo from today's World Stone Skimming Championships in Easdale, Easdale, Scotland. Oh my God, apologies. Hans, who came in second in the men's competition, if you look closely, you can see the stone in the air. Oh, my wife Lucy won the women's title in the World Stone Skimming Championship. She has won it so often the Guinness World Records listed her 6 times now. That's fun. I'm sorry, why did you not include Dan's wife, Lucy? Why did you not include Lucy, BBC? This is important information. Why'd you not include her? Now we have another investigation here. Diminishing, and not even diminishing, not even including women's accomplishments. She got a trophy. That's a nice trophy. That's fun. Basically, the Dexerto article just rewrites and misattributes a fact, frankly, to the BBC article. Not helpful. This is an article from the New York Post from David Proper. Rock in a hard place, World Stone Skimming Championship tossed into chaos by cheating scandal. John Jennings won the championship, the first American clinch to victory since the competition started in 1983. Not only did I end up winning it, but my official cumulative score ended up being 177 meters, which is the record for the contest, that contest as well now, the Kentucky resident told LEX 18. My uncle, when I was younger, he was like, John, you got a gift in stone skipping, he said. He was like, there's competitions out there. You need to find those competitions because you are going to win. Okay, a little bit more on John. I'll give you that. I still need more details, frankly. I want to know how these were doctored. We have a different update. This is from outside under the adventure tag, / water sports. Owen Clark. Okay, let's see how we do here. Organizers of the event, which was held on September 6th on Easdale Island, Scotland, wrote on a Facebook on September 10th that numerous participants admitted to breaking the rules. I am not going to this Facebook post. This is more information. Why has everyone been cheating me? Rules are rules. Giant image from the Easdale Island World Stone Skimming Championship. Rules are rules. Dear stone skimmers, it is with great regret that we announce that the WSSC organizers have become aware of doctored stones being used by several competitors at this year's championships. Our rules clearly state competitors must use naturally formed Easdale slate. The competitors in question have been contacted, they have admitted their transgression, and have been disqualified from this year's championships. We'd like to thank all the competitors and volunteers who brought their concerns to our attention. The integrity of the WSSC is of the utmost importance. We have no hesitation to act when this comes into question. Selecting your own skimming stones before the event is one of the highlights of the competition that many competitors enjoy. If we are aware of future stone doctoring, we will again have no hesitation in disqualifying the competitors in question, and we will be forced to insist all skimmers use stones pre-selected by the WSSC organizers. The matter is now considered closed. We look forward to continuing to celebrate an incredible weekend of sparkling skimming spectacle. Thank you. Was this during or before the championships or after? Someone said, good grief, what's next? Random doping tests? Are you doping, Nick? Are you trying to besmirch the sanctity of stone tossing? Have they not posted the results? This is from September 10th that they posted this, by the way. Okay, so I assume that the champions were not the ones that were disqualified because they are continuing to support them. So that's good. So it must have been during the championship. Again, I would like more information. Let me go back to the article. So apparently other competitors are the ones that reported the modification of the stones. Yeah, so it was during the event that they determined that there was cheating and they disqualified them. Again, doctoring the stones. I need the how. I need to know if anyone slipped through the cracks. I need to know if these people have won previously. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like there's more information missing. Maybe more information will come out. We shall see. Maybe someone will be like, I was disqualified. Maybe we'll see that by the time this video comes out. But that's going to be it. Did you hear about this? Are you as worked up about this as I am? Are you also intrigued by sports cheating? What is a sports cheating situation that you are personally intrigued by? Frankly, it's the Astros dumpster can thing for me, trash can. Mainly because, one, that was a formative piece of information in my family because we're a baseball family, okay? But also, I don't know if you've ever seen a Houston Astro player that, was traded to another team. See them play recently. The boos persist if they were on the team at the time. Let me know. Comment down below. Reminder, I stream on Twitch. Reminder, Swell Entertainment is now available on Spotify. Reminder to check out Girly Pop Go if you'd like to see more car and motorsport content. Shout out to my channel members who also like to join me on channel memberships. You can go and join down below if you'd like to follow me on social media. That'll be up here. And that's me. Have a lovely day. Toss you later. Bye. Okay, toss you later was not good. I did like the, have been rocked. Scandal is rocked. The rock tossing world. I do like that one. I like the rock puns of some of these articles. But I do need more research. I need more questions to be asked, okay? Where's the investigative journalism?